What's up, everybody? Brett here, and I'm back today playing some more Battle Brothers on the Warriors of the North DLC. Picking up where we left off last time, we are standing outside of Grog Zogar, and we're going to head right in and try and take on this Orc Warlord and his band. Last minute substitution, I brought in Behemoth the Black over Fritz. I think that's just a good call to have a big axe in the front line. Could even consider using the Great Axe. Just for this battle, just because it does more damage. You know what? I think I will do that. Let's just use the Great Axe for this battle. Super strong against the Orcs. And we're going to try and take advantage of our Lone Wolf brothers this battle. Let's jump in. It's a dangerous one. $19, okay. Not the worst. I think the biggest Orc camp like this I've ever taken on has been like 32 or so. But that was definitely with a crew that was better designed to kill Orcs than this one is. Okay, missing there was pretty rough. Getting the kill would have given us Berserk. Alright, one down on turn one. Doesn't feel too bad. A little bit extra damage done to some others. Knock them back. Looking good. And this is a really good spot for a Lone Wolf brother. Now, whether or not they just straight up ignore him is a whole other issue. Also, I gave Svarog the necklace. That should help prevent any sort of, and that's the Orc necklace. It prevents him from being stunned by Orcs. Going to want to use Indomitable in our front line for sure. We could step up, but man, if we step up here with Gimli, he won't have Lone Wolf active anymore. Which is important, but I don't think I can give like a Berserker the high ground like that. That just seems bad. So we're going to step forward a little bit with our line. 60 versus 70. It's a no-brainer. Step up. 60 versus 50. Very good. As long as we don't mess up Isaac's Lone Wolf, we should be fine. If I had to mess up one of theirs, I definitely would rather mess up Svarog just because he's tucked into this awesome little spot here. He's in like a one-man killing zone. Archers can't move, but we can step forward here. And here. Alright, let's see him go for it. Alright, that's perfect. So Hans was the only one who doesn't have Indomitable and could have been stunned. And he actually resisted the stun. So that's a really good start for him. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Just get that guy out of here. Put a nice injury on that Orc Young. We don't have great targets. We're in kind of an awkward position with our archers. Let's step forward. Something like that. Go for a line shot here, and if we hit them, we get some serious reach advantage. So plus 10 melee defense. Now we're immune to being stunned, but we're not immune to pushback. So like he could potentially knock us around. We missed 2 shots on this dude. That feels bad. 95. Do the old switch out with the bill hook and go for a 50. Alright, good. Our bone plating takes that first hit. And now we've got the Warlord fighting on the low ground against Gimli, which is nice for us. Ooh. We're going to wait. Let them come to us. Perfect. He was confident, and now he's nothing. And I also like the idea of putting serious damage on the Warlord. Good hits. Leisure Side did a ton just now. 51 versus 54. Are they both using shield wall? They are. So I'm going to go for destroy armor. Nice. No more armor for him. So destroy armor is a alternate attack for hammer users, and it just does an extreme amount of armor damage. Doesn't do a ton of damage to the body. It does like a guaranteed 10, I think. But against undamaged orcs, it's probably at its best, and chosen, I would imagine, as well. So let's go for the Great Axe Split Man attack. Hits both head and body for additional damage. If we land this, it should be huge, and it certainly was. Alright, sword time. Let's get rid of this guy. Jotnar is at his best right now, I think, fighting against Orc Young. That's exactly who he wants to be fighting. He can carve through them, but Orc Warriors, not so much. So our little defensive position using the bushes and things is paying off. 95. Let's go for this guy because we may be able to shoot in here with a little bit of support. It's all about just making sure we land our hits. That way we can get reach advantage. It's a little tricky because we needed to use Indomitable, because if we didn't, there was a great chance he would have been stunned and not able to attack. They would have surrounded him, you know, beaten him. His fatigue would have dropped. He wouldn't have had reach advantage to try and protect him. It would have been a whole thing. Alright, they land the stun there. That does not feel so hot. And our best shot is on this warrior. I don't hate it. Let's just take the shots, put on the overwhelm. I was going to say, if we can avoid a stun there, that would be great. But sadly, we did not. %. Let's go for it. Try and get the kill. Okay. That sucked a little bit. Oh, we can't rotate someone who's been stunned. Did not know that. It's a pretty rare thing to come up. Alright, that's kind of bad too. That was very bad. I had a feeling we should just keep up the Indomitable on him. But either way, we're just going to keep on targeting the Warlord. Maybe we can take him down. Yeah, we need to get Ragnar out of here too now. I was going to say, we should do tons of damage to him. He has no armor. .58 versus 59. Let's try and kill the one who's the most problematic and dangerous. Banner comes out. That may protect us versus the Warlord Scream. We'll move this way. At least that puts Ragnar near one Orc Warrior instead of near potentially multiple enemies. So it's a slight improvement in position. I don't like that he's bleeding though. And unless we can kill this orc warrior soon, he's in pretty grave danger. Wow, and they land the stun. It's not looking good for our heroes. Our ability to kill them has slowed. That was a good hit. Let's bring out Grey Fang to help us here. Stack of Overwhelm might save Ragnar. I figured we could get that kill and then put another stack here. Fully expect our dog to get killed soon. We're wrecking that Warlord. Thank you. Alright. 71%. We could potentially rotate with someone. Could rotate with Zach, maybe? Doesn't make him much safer, but I don't trust this whole position down here. Let's go for the Warlord. Troke Obar. We sprained his ankle, that poor baby. Isaac's fighting two guys down here. It's not bad. Go for the decapitation. We nail it. And getting kills like that back to back is what you got to do against the orcs. It's the only way you're going to break them. Okay, a kill there would have been excellent. But he's going to try and run, and I think Jotnar is just going to kill him. Okay, I don't think anyone's fleeing. I think we're in good shape. Man, if we could get some of these kills while they try to run, that would be awesome. The Warlord should go down this turn. Come on, doggo. Trying to break my shield, eh? This guy doesn't know what to do. Okay. Try and get rid of him. He's the most problematic. There we go. He was confident for a second there. If we could get the kill with Svarog, we could raise his morale as well. Very good. We cut his artery. Just get the kill and get him out of here. 2 more stacks of Overwhelm there. And he's almost dead. Hit him. Come on, Trope. Go down. Nice. We even get the reset so we can hit this guy too and daze him. Fat bleed right there. This guy shouldn't be able to hit anyone with 4 stacks of Overwhelm. We're no longer bleeding on Ragnar. That's great. Let's go for the Destroy Armor. And it worked. And instead of jumping in here to help out against this warrior, I'm going to leave our guy here to try and do some extra damage to the one that wants to rout. And it looks like we have this battle in hand. There's still quite a few dangerous elements on the field, but we've got most of them. I think the biggest threats are corralled. The lines are looking very clear. And our boy Grey Fang is doing great. And they stun Jotnar again. Get out of here with that. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I'll take that. Put some overwhelm there. Okay. Not happy to miss that attack, but the reach advantage was part of what was keeping him safe. Another fleeing orc. We'll jump in here. That'll help to tie down that guy and give a little support to Isaac down there. It'll mess up his lone wolf, but I don't know how much he needs that now. He's managed to make it through this battle in pretty good shape. Okay. That'll work. Long axe. Sad, the long axe is probably the deadliest orc killing weapon we have. It's one of them for sure. As long as we're landing these attacks. Perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping would happen. Okay. We'll do this, but we'll keep an eye up top. Perfect. So 6 left. We're going to step down just because I want to be that much closer to these. The real fights now are here and down there. I'm not going to underestimate an Orc Berserker. I think that's just the worst thing we could do. I hope we get some good loot for this fight. The amount of armor we've wrecked. Good job, Grey Fang. Okay, the Berserker doesn't want none anymore. We're going to step here and go for this guy. Perfect. We could fight this Berserker. We may want to. The benefit really is pure experience. And for that weapon. But we definitely don't want to go in there without backup. Cattle would be great backup. So would Gimli. Perfect. Don't know who got the kill. Said Ozzy. Okay, Ozzy got the kill. Good. Nice, and now he wants to run too. Everything's going according to plan. A little bit of clever terrain usage, I think, really made the difference this battle. Some of the enemy didn't, the AI couldn't quite figure out how to get in. We could step in and attack. This is super dangerous. If we were missing a bunch of our armor or something, I would not do that. Because that can happen. Jesus. Like I said, guys, don't underestimate Berserkers ever. Let's do it. Okay, that's not nothing. This got tense again all of a sudden. We can go for the stun. We hit him. Oh, we broke him. Thank God. Okay. I actually don't know if you can stun Berserkers. I've never tried. I would consider that knowledge worth having. But I would not be surprised if they were somehow immune to stun. Run them down. Let's let the long axe do the work. Cut his artery. That'll never happen. Down they go. Wow. Last second drama for Svarog. He's going to need to take some time to recover. Did we get anything? Not really. Enough tools to repair most of the damage, some trade goods that'll help, probably enough medical supplies to cover it, and then 1,500 crowns maybe, worth of stuff to sell. Not the worst. And I guess we're eating strange meat now. Let's change up the party. Svarog definitely needs to come out. I think Behemoth was a great last second inclusion. I still think I prefer the Bardage over the Great Axe, but the Great Axe is just an undeniably powerful weapon. Better effectiveness against armor. I feel like this should be slightly less fatiguing, maybe. That could be a decent trade-off. But having the line shot is just so good. Alright, who do we put in now? I think we want to put in... Well, we don't know who we're going to be fighting. But we can do something like this. And I would probably... something like that, maybe. Get Kata back out. Ozzy can come back out for folk gear. And then we certainly want to get Raynor in too. Yeah, he's super hurt. And let's just go through real quick, make sure everyone's got decent armor. I don't anticipate we'll have a fight within like the next half a day or so. We should be able to repair most of what's damaged. But that looks pretty good. Anyone that I need to change up a little bit? No, I think we're fine. Okay. Well, let's keep exploring, guys. I want to check out this area here, and then come back down this way and see what's over there. Okay, more orcs. We'll explore and see what's here, and then we'll see maybe where we'll go. Nighttime is pretty bad for exploring. Okay. This is an important kind of lore tidbit event here. So give me a second. I'm gonna take the microphone off, clear my throat so that I can read without coughing. Gross. Okay. You put your head down for a nap. The silky bedsheet slides off your body as you roll to a side. Birds flutter past a sleek, ivory-framed window. A voice pours into your ear, a hint of an aroma you've never smelled before gracing you. You're awake. A woman rolls herself over, running a finger down your chest before going back up and seizing your chin. Lithe, pretty, and sun-glowing across her smooth face and lighting up a set of emerald eyes. She goes for a kiss. You quickly slide out of the bed and frantically look around. She grips the sheets and comes to her knees, confused. What's wrong? Where are you going, my emperor? Looking up, you see a ceiling that stretches so far up you can hardly even see the artwork, which has been exquisitely embroidered there. You open a door and step out onto the balcony. Impossibly tall buildings, red, white, gold banners, a horizon steepled with black shapes, stretching as far as the eyes wish to see. Domes, fountains, great arches, statues that stand so tall they seem to be commanding the structures as soldiers. Atop each roof is a garden greater and more flush than anything you've seen in the eternal springs of nature itself. Suddenly, two men emerge at your side with cages of doves and let them out. The birds desperately scatter, and just then a roar erupts beneath you, great crowds of people jumping and waving banners around. They love their emperor. The woman speaks from the doorway. Go to them. You look down to see a stream of soldiers marching down the middle of the road, each man stepping in unison with his brother, a steady, staccato clap of boots. Their faces stern and their gilded helms, long pole arms glistening upwards as though they meant to defeat their enemies with opulence itself. They're going off to war, to face the great beyond, and to defeat it. The great beyond. That sounds a lot like Dive Cool to me, guys. The woman is at your side. She smiles warmly, taking you by the arm. You feel ready to agree to it, to this new reality, whatever it be. You take her by the cheek, ready to fall into her embrace, but a cry from below wails loud and clear over all else. You glance down to see the soldiers, once joined in perfect uniformity, breaking rank. In the distance, a great mountain is erupting, jetting great bursts of red fire and an enormous cloud of hot ash which quickly pools into the city. Buildings disintegrate, gardens burst into flames, and the people scream. They turn away, but there is no escaping the heat. The soldiers collapse and scream, a surging, searing heat, and soon enough you see the denizens melting in it, the soldiers becoming metal golems, singed into their very armor which was meant to protect them, and the unarmored crowd simply burst aflame. The woman cries at your side, "Oh, it is horrible, horrible! Would you look at it? But it's okay, understand? It's perfectly okay. Look at me. Look at me." The woman grabs you and spins you. Her once soft features have hardened into blackened flakes, the top of her head already burnt bald, her teeth falling out of dripping gums, yet she's grinning. "We'll rise again, Emperor. We shall rise again." Her skull breaks apart and her body collapses into a pile of burning bones. You jerk awake to find Folkir Runeblade shaking you. "Sir, wake up. We've got a group of refugees here saying that the dead are rising from the earth and killing everything in sight." The woman's face flashes before your eyes. It is horrifically scarred, but this doesn't stop her from grinning. The Empire rises. War is upon us. So guys, that is the allusion to the Emperor. Something we may be descended from their bloodline. There's kind of like this whole subplot going on in Battle Brothers, where our character constantly has these dreams or these visions of this great empire, this Roman-esque empire. This is the Emperor's countenance, his very helmet. His armor is also in the game. Whenever we visited the statue, if you'll recall, for those of you who maybe didn't skip around or who've played this game yourself, let's see, where is it? I thought it was up here somewhere, but I could be wrong. Anyway, the statue that we come across, we touch it and we have visions of the past, very similar to that. And now the undead, they rise again. For whatever reason, they are not dead. And this is the third, I believe, in this current playthrough, this is the third of the late game crises that we've faced. Okay, so Zach alerts us that our venison has deteriorated, which sucks, but we still have 8 days worth of food. We're actually doing great on provisions. I think we can stop and take this fight. Considering the fight we already took, this is not going to be very hard. We are using a bit of a B-team squad here, but we should be able to just knock this place out. Especially in the swamp, where we have the range advantage. Especially if we get some high ground. We do not. But if they engage us in melee, they're going to have to do it standing in the swamp. Let's wait to see who's the best target that jumps forward. Only 7 of them is pretty much nothing. Very good. We should be able to get at least 1 kill before the battle starts. .46, nice. Okay, so not quite. That's alright. This guy is certainly dead. They're going to have to go around all these trees. Still a lot of berserkers, though. We saw what a berserker can do with a single swing in that last battle. Take the 58s. Very good. Raynor doesn't have berserk yet. Knocking him back in the swamp is just brutal. It sets them so far back where they want to be. Now, they may be able to charge across the swamp. That's something I just considered. Come on, Ski Man. So we may actually want it Indomitable here. It's a little bit crazy, but I don't think we lose much by doing it. We definitely don't want to take the chance that Sir Gimli gets stunned. That would be awful. There's just enough concentration here of DPS that we want to protect him. Yeah, that's basically what I was thinking would happen. Should be a pretty easy kill. Nice. And then we hit him. Perfect. Okay. Damage there. See if we can get... No. He's got the hammer. So no ranged options here. I can't wait until those guys are good to go in the front lines. They'll be so much more interesting. Let's wait. I'm probably going to jump in on them if I can't get this kill. Because the last thing I want is for them to put serious damage on John. Very good. He's going to give us some mushrooms. We haven't made any use of that in this playthrough so far. Mostly because they're not really that good. I still feel like things like items like that need a bit of a tweaking. The effect of the mushrooms I think only lasts for a few turns. Maybe if it was like an entire battle long buff. Alright, they've turned it into a 1v1 with Lancel. It's not ideal. We're not going to be able to shoot well from behind the tree. This is a perfect spot for him. Can hit right up the line. Okay, we're good. Come on. Step in here. Volkir has that big crazy weapon. The flail. Pass. Man, I wish you could get Berserker armor. How cool would that be? I don't know how good it would be, but... even Orc armor would be sweet. Just like to have the option to have that kind of like Juggernaut style. Where you put a brother in some armor that's so heavy there's just no way he could ever wear it. Okay, good hits. Still not dead, eh? Not breaking, okay. I thought that might break him if we jumped in there. And he's probably going to get a chance to attack first. Hopefully he doesn't break my shield. Do we just try to get lucky? Nope. Didn't work. Exactly what I thought would happen. He breaks my shield. Alright, at least that wasn't a unique shield. And ultimately he gets revenge. And a level. So super worth it. So if you're curious what mushrooms do, that have anyone chewing them enter a trance-like state of rage where they don't feel any pain and exhibit significantly increased aggression. May result in sickness. So, I mean, it already has a downside. I just want consumables to be better, y'all. That's all. I hate to, like, complain. But if you see it here, it grants 40% damage in melee, but your melee defense goes down. Basically turns you into a berserker, which I could see being pretty cool in certain scenarios, but you're basically just gambling. Gambling with your brother's lives. And John has leveled, and he is someone who is going to want Overwhelm. He's going to want Dodge. Let's get him Dodge first. He's going to want Nimble. He's definitely going to want Berserk. So Overwhelm, Berserk, Nimble. Potentially Duelist if we decide whether or not we want to give him a shield. Do we have a backup shield? I thought we did. Yes. That'll work. Okay, where can we plug the gaps for his weaknesses? 3 there. Honestly, we'll take a 4 here, even though that's not my favorite thing to do. And a 2 here. Not super proud of that, but the initiative is going to come in handy once he finally has light armor and his dodge can really start kicking in and giving him tons of defensive stats. Okay, that's enough orc killing for today. Let's get out of this swamp. There's not much here. I see this little island, but I don't know if we can get there. Perhaps not. We'll clear this area. We may go up and around this way instead of going down. I don't know. Whoa. We found it, guys. I saw this huge like patch of swamp over here and I was almost positive. I was like, this is where the stone pillars are going to be. So we can finally start on the Kraken quest that we picked up from finding the watermill. So this is a location that only spawns in the swamp, which is kind of why I was eager to explore the swamp today. Because I felt like, unless there's some big areas of swamp up here, or you can kind of see there's swamp here. I was thinking when it wasn't here, I saw a little bit of swamp, we would come up here, maybe there's more swamp, because there's a ton here. And then we could finally find this place and get to that quest. But yeah, super happy. I kind of want to also explore this tiny island here while I'm already here. I don't want to have to come back way out here to find out that there's nothing there. But yeah, once again, guys, give me 1 second to like, because I think there's going to be a lot of reading. Let me blow my nose. Alright, sorry about that. Sadly, I'm still just a little bit sick, but I do feel a lot better. So as we approach, you stumble across a woman in the swamps, alone and with a rucksack and a pannier which rose of what may be maps. And there's a dagger to her hip and pots and pans to her right. There's a kicked campfire nearby and a pile of tomes shoot into a velvet sack, or sock. Man, my reading on this one's a little off. Everything she is and everything she has is covered in the greenery of the mire. She's standing there, staring at you and you at her. It is not exactly ordinary for a woman to be out alone in the bog. She smiles quaintly, hesitantly. Hello. With a hand on the handle of your sword, you eye the surrounding parts for an ambush. You ask her what she's doing out this way, and she says you wouldn't even believe her. You've seen enough to lend credence to even the edges of whatever insanity she could respond with. The woman nods. Well, all right then. Come over and I'll show you. Definitely a witch. She's lighter than a duck. Let's have a look. You tell the company to keep vigilant for scapegraces hiding in the swamp, but they only laugh and say you should have stopped at the whorehouse if you were so up in a fit. Okay. Ignoring them, you head towards the woman. You find her on a log, a mushroom cap twisting in her hands, and she speaks rather honestly. I'm in search of a monster, and whether real or farce, to me it is a monster all the same, understand? In a way you do. Not all monsters are real, and a bog broad like this could be crazy. You ask her what that supposed beast is. She eats the mushroom and then grabs a book and throws it your way. There's a page held by a leaf and you open to it. Drawn there is what looks like an octopus with limbs the size of longships. It is in battle with the whole navy and seems to even be winning. The woman leans forward, her limp green hands hanging like kudzu between her knees. The monster I'm seeking is the Kraken. And who are you? The woman leans back. She eats another mushroom and turns and stabs her dagger into a bug that has been scuttling across the log. Without so much as a pause, she eats it off the tip and speaks between mashing its carapace. Ordinarily, I'd be short on details and already waving this here dagger at your pecker. But I think you've been keen on helping. I can see it in your eyes. You're a killer, a murderer, a lech, a fancier of the coin, and a crazy sumbitch. She swallows the remains of the insect and spits out its remains like the shells of a sunflower seed. She nods. I'm the daughter of a wealthy nobleman, but I'm clearly far away from that life. That she is. So what all do you know? She turns to her tomes and stares at them as though they were gravestones. My father owns one of the largest libraries in all the land. In those halls I discovered stories of these very swamps. Stories by authors who unwittingly were repeating themselves. 10 years ago, 100, 1,000, all the same tale. A tale of men coming here and men disappearing. Resolution is not sought, and the answers are ambiguous. Bandits, diseases. One scholar simply said the men experienced such wonder at the beauties of the swamp that they decided to stay there. Can you believe that? Beauties of the swamp. Smirking, you say you're looking at one. She laughs. I haven't seen myself in months, but I'm serious, stranger. I've searched these parts, and I haven't found a goddamn thing. She points a finger at the books. 20 disappearances was up to 300 men, armored, with horses, some with caravans, some with protected highborn, and yet I look around here and I don't see a single goddamn thing. You suspect if you fucked off and died in the swamp, no one would give a shit about you either, but that many tales are a little suspicious. Pardon the language there. You're a full-on nutbar. She shrugs. Maybe. But at least I didn't hire a company full of assholes. You look back at the Jarls of Jorvik, who on one side of the camp are having fistfights, and in the middle someone is slipping a swamp snake up under a sellsword sleeping sellsword's pants, and on the closer side of things, a few are pointing out you two and grabbing their crotches and humping the air. Okay, very mature, guys. You turn back and tell her they aren't so bad. Just then a mercenary screams across the swamp. Tell her about the time everyone died, and so we made you captain because there was no one else. Ladies love heroics. Grinning, you repeat yourself. Honestly, not the worst. So how can I help? Okay. The woman rummages around her rucksack and produces a signet unlike anything you've seen before. She flips it to you as though it were a shite counterfeit coin. Got plenty more where that came from. Well, not here exactly. Wouldn't want you to get any ideas about robbing and ravaging, you know. But you do what I ask and I'll dump a chest of those on you. You pocket the signet and ask her what's needed. She answers. That I'm not entirely yet sure of. Sailors talk of the Krakens as being natural enemies to whales. But well, there are no whales around these parts, given we're on land and all. But there is something close. An unhold of the bog. I suspect the Krakens, through eons of time, moved inland and fed upon what they could, and like when they were in the seas, found an enemy here just as well. Bring me 7 unhold hides, and I may be able to lure the beast out of its slumber yet. Out of its slumber? Where the hell would it even be sleeping? You shrug and figure if she's willing to rid herself of such magnificent jewelry, then you'd be more than happy to oblige her. So she gives us a signet ring that's a couple 100 crowns, and we'll bring her hides. We need 7 hides. I don't know how many I have in my inventory right now. 4, actually. Not bad. So perhaps even just 1 unhold fight would give us what we needed. And like I said, I think I've changed my mind a little bit. Let's head this way and see what connects. Once we're up on the mountains, we should be able to kind of see the surrounding area a bit better. Don't expect there. I've never seen anything inside the mountains ranges before. Another orc camp, eh? And yet another. I'll take this one on. It's a small place. It's a way to fill our packs before we get back to Dornan. Only 6 this time. Alright, let's get rid of the guy who's two-handing a very dangerous weapon. It's a head splitter. Very good. All these knockbacks are kind of like just buying us an extra turn. Perfect. Best case scenario there. Let's see if they can get in this turn. With my luck, I would do that whole Warlord fight, get no good loot, and then come here and do this little like nothing fight, and then get some like really good loot. Pass. Let's see a bit more about how they're going to move. Step in for a throw. Nice. To get that kill, we might be able to get this one. Not quite, but still very nice. We'll Indomitable here to make sure we don't lose that spot or get stunned up there. And we'll at the very least move here. Because if they're going to still keep trying to go around... Can we step up? We can't. Yeah, it's perfect. The longer they stay unengaged, the better for us. Good shot. Let's not even give them a chance to shoot or to hit us with that big, ridiculous weapon. And now we close the noose. I'm going to step down and hit him. Get that kill. Take this high ground. Okay, we can't quite get where I was going. I do love fighting berserkers. In our last playthrough, I think we were doing an orc siege. And we pretty much had it wrapped up. It was a super dangerous fight, but we had it. And then I stepped, I think it was Hondo, one of our best men, into a fight very similar to the way I did earlier with Svarog. And he just got one-shotted by that man-splitter. Felt super bad. Luckily, I don't think he was dead. I think he ended up with a permanent injury because of it. But he just as easily could have been dead. And surrounding one of these dudes with a chain is also not super hot. Because they can do a complete round swing. We dazed him. And that should just be a kill. So it took a little bit of damage there, but these weapons are very valuable. A little redundant, but they are valuable. Happy to get them. And we have a good bit of tools. Let's organize a bit. Like, no. What did I just hit? Boy, that was the wrong thing. Hopefully that does not mess up my recording. Meant to hit Alt. Instead I hit Windows. Yeah, sorry about that. These are all worth repairing. for sure. These are also probably worth it, but I don't want to use all of our tools, so let's just stick with that. And do we take this fight? If I take this fight, we're going to want to put our A-team back in. Only one berserker, a few young. This is honestly not that bad of a fight, as long as like a champion or something doesn't show up. You would certainly come out. Svarog's still hurt. Skeeb. Just not quite there yet, buddy. Let's put Hans in over you. And something like that. Just bring in tons of crossbows. I don't hate that. It's still a bit different. Our newer brothers are still going to get a chance to fight. Muldoon, I'd like to bring him in, but he's got a bit of a phobia against greenskins. So we'll leave him out. I guess we could do something like this. Let's try it. Nowhere near as scary of a fight as we started today's battle with. Yeah, only 11 of them. A little bit of terrain. If we could pick off that one berserker. That would be swell. Or we can miss every single shot. That would also be cool. High ground is good and everything, but I don't think they're going to naturally like just go to him. 3 injuries, but not any deaths. I don't think we can hit him from here. Let's I don't like them having this high ground around us, so we're going to step up. Just a matter of like how we want to do it. Otherwise, let's just use our Indomitable. And I think what we're going to do is spear wall this edge, and hopefully they can't break through it. And that leaves a little gap in our front line, which isn't terrible. Alright, happy to get one hit. And it looks like they're definitely going up top. Okay, stun there sucks. Guess I just forgot to Indomitable him. So the crossbow's definitely better versus the orc warriors, but it is worse versus the young. Yeah, and they're just going to ignore him. So let's step back in. And now they can leapfrog into our back line, which honestly isn't the worst thing. We'll just pull out our melee weapons. I was about to say, we got to get at least one kill. Let's tie him up here. Let's get that kill. 40% and we nail him. Alright. That was 2 74s and he hit both of them. And I think now we just get aggressive. Let's push forward. We opened up a lot of gaps. I'm going to step forward here. Half the strength of this build is that our backliners can function as frontliners if we need them to. So let's do that. Let's make that happen. Go as wide as possible. Give them tons of targets to try and hit. Get our surrounds instead of us getting surrounded. As long as we don't get stunned by one of these tree limbs. Very good. Rainer's got the hammer. So let's drop it. Can we get in here? We can. Put a big shot. And it's a little bit less effective damage-wise. But look at our surrounds. Just because we're able to go this wide. Go for a line shot here. I was going to say, as long as we get that kill, then we should 100% switch and reload. We can step in with Wonton Fu and get an even better surround. Very nice. $60 versus 75. Nice. Very good. This is an interesting battle. Just the way I think we've chosen to play it is interesting. Getting kind of hyper aggressive. We need better helmets on our crossbowmen if we're going to do stuff like this. But otherwise, I like it. Of course, we don't want to step in there. We're going to get smacked in the face. I think these are the best natural crossbow helmets in the game, though. And by natural, I mean they're not like, you know, legendary weapons or legendary pieces of armor. We don't have any clear lines of sight at all. We'll just wait. Try and put some damage on that guy. We'll switch it up. Reload. Oh no, we're already loaded. Cool. Alright. So here, Thresh, yeah, we definitely don't want to do Thresh. 90%. That's so much damage. And Isaac finally gets to do something. And he's routing. Perfect. I'm going to step in here. Good job, Skeeb. And of course they're all running, so we don't super need to do anything here. The only one we need to be concerned about is the one up top. Okay, got smashed by the hammer. Nice, don't let him go. But these three should be more than enough to get this kill. We missed twice with Rainer. Very good. Okay, the battle's over. Man, today was just nothing but orcs. Sadly, without much amazing stuff to show for it. But we're going to pretty much get rich off of all this fighting. And we managed to find another legendary location today. I think there's only one left. And I think it's the tree. Which I would kind of love to find because we have some brothers who are severely injured. I would probably use it on leisure side right now. Yeah, just more junk. What do we toss? Toss some of the rotting food. 1 arrow. These are basically trash, but I'm not going to hold on to rotting meat. Let's get rid of... something like that. Okay. And today's episode's almost over. Hopefully this connects. Because if it doesn't, we just went on a really... Oh no, does this not connect? Are we stuck? Oh my god. Okay. Well, at least we have the supplies to make it. Let's kind of turbo run. Well, that's no good. I thought for sure there was like another island here that we could go through, but I guess not. So guys, for those of you who don't know, who've never seen the stone pillars before, there's a few quests they're going to give us. So the first thing we have to do is get 7 unhold hides. We've almost got that. The next thing we need after that, it's not really a spoiler to tell you guys this, we're going to need necrosavant. I think it's skulls, or their bones, or whatever it is, whatever that crafting material is. We used to have a ton of those. It may be shimmering ashes. I actually don't remember which one it is. It might be shimmering ashes. We used to have a ton of those, but there was a time when we needed to sell things, and we did. So maybe we come and take this fight in the hopes that we get some of the ancient dead stuff. Okay, this is just a ton of ancient legionnaires. I don't want to take that fight. Those are miserable. Actually, let's head this way. Legionnaires aren't going to give us what we need. Also, the risk of dying to their two-handed ridiculousness is pretty high. 4 linworms. Oh my god. Is that how we're going to start tomorrow's episode? With a big linworm battle? I think so, but that's going to destroy all of our armor. Man. I can tell you for sure, though, this is not really the linworm killing crew. We did level up on Behemoth, though. That's huge. Let's give Zach a little more range skill. He's our bannerman, so he has to have resolve. His initiative is super low. I think it's because he's carrying this. It's kind of heavy. And Behemoth. Okay. Let's check out his stats. 3 in melee skill. Nice. I might just take these 3s here and get him some better defenses. I like that. So what do we need on him? It's kind of funny to go headhunter here. But when you're using an axe, you're pretty much hitting the head anyway with split man. So that's pretty much a nombo. We don't want to do that. Crippling Strike's Executioner would be okay, I think. Over something like Killing Frenzy / Fearsome. You also have Steel Brow. That's something that would be nice to have. Especially if this is his set of armor for the rest of the game. It's not the best. I'm tempted to grab Recover just to kind of like experiment with it. You know what? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. For those of you who love Recover, we can check and see. I think it's slightly less synergistic with our build. But we'll take it. I'm going to take it here. Boom. And we'll see how often it comes up that we want to use it. And if it's awesome, guys, I'll be the first to admit that I was wrong. It's not bad. It's never going to be bad. There will be opportunities for Behemoth to use it in battle. In times where he's maybe out of position, no one's attacking him. Boom, use Recover. But it basically takes your entire turn to use. We'll see. And then because we took this, instead of taking like 2 things that synergize, like Crippling Strike's Executioner, let's take Killing Frenzy as well. So a chance to pump up his DPS by 25% whenever he gets a kill. it lasts for 2 turns. And I think that's pretty fitting for a guy named Behemoth the Black with that particular weapon. So guys, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Happy to fight the Lindworms because at the very least, we're heading back near places that have taxidermists. And if we get some good stuff, we might be able to make another Lindworm cloak or another shield. Shield's not the best. It is great though. The Kraken shield I think is the best shield in the game. But anyway, I would probably make the cloak. I don't know what I would put it on yet. But I have no doubt we'll probably get some more unique armors that we can use to replace those. But look forward to a Lindworm battle to start it off. I'm stoked. I'm pretty hyped about it. 4 of them, not the worst. If this was 6, I don't think I would even fight them. But 4 we can manage. So guys, once again, Brett, Goodtalk Gaming, YouTube, subscribe, consider it, please. It helps. Alright, y'all. See you in the next one. Take care.